Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And Detroit getting set to go now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, Goff's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Oh, he shifts past him. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Ertz has it left side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Eckler will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's Austin Ekeler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and to use those wheels of his, to absolute devastating effect.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10, just outside the 30. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now here's another carry for Harris. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out now come the Lions. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles. But that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown, and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to share with your team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On the delay, here's Harris. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Detroit getting set to go now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Sly on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down. Here's Prescott. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Sly able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. Justin Herbert sharp in the victory as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Prescott on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Prescott's throw caught by Higgins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. First down, Prescott. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Prescott to throw it. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Edwards, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now it's gone. And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Being chased out left. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Now Prescott, caught on a slant, touchdown! Devontae Parker from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Lions 7.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper. This one's turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on third. Gone. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Gone. Crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the 50, it's gone. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time, but nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Devontae Adams from 21 yards away. And the Lions are able to claw one back. Gano the extra point, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Harris going to get it again on second down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On third down, it's Prescott. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. T. Higgins, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out.
Joey Sly.
Sly set to boot it. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a build.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Devontae Parker with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try to put points on the board.
Goff's throw pulled in by Renfro. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
That's good.
Goff on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On third down, here's Eckler.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Steps away to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Seahawks 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Goff. The open man here, Renfro. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 24-yard line. On first down, Goff. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw again on 2nd down, Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking in 3rd and 10. That man again, it's complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Austin Eckler, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point try, good by Gano, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
127 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And the Seahawks first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll run again with Harris.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Seahawks send out their punter as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Following the interception, here's Prescott. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now gone.
And that's into the hands of Eckler.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. He can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Again, Goff. And that is taken in by Hurst. And they'll get this goes well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw is Goff. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw. Goff. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 143 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Seahawks, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.